Good afternoon. Today's recipe is chili lime peach salsa. I decided to do this one today because it's middle of August here in Alberta, and we're right next door to British Columbia. And if anybody knows, BC is famous for its peaches, and it's peach season out there. So these are some beautiful fresh peaches that got the fuzz all over them. They're only out for a week or two, so I figured I'd take advantage and came up with a recipe. I experimented with this and it just came out like amazingly good, so I figured I'd post it for you. It's fairly simple to make. You need a couple of fresh peaches. You need some berry tomatoes. I use like one side, 5 or 6. Okay, if you can't get these, just some small, very sweet tomatoes. You need the juice of 1 lime. You need some finely minced white onion, about a tablespoon or 2. You need some salt and some of my garlic chili oil for this, and of course the tools that go with it. So first thing, I'm going to get the peaches going. Okay, so I've got these washed to get the fuzz off, and a couple of ways you can do these. You can either just split them right in half. Okay, so I'll do this one in half just for you to see. So just run it over and pull it apart. This is good. Wow, that one's just not coming apart. See, these are nice and juicy. Okay. Well, that's so much for that one, eh? Okay. Now the other method is you can just, probably much neater to do this. Just get down and get slices out like that. Okay, and then chop your slices up. Okay, so once you've got your peach taken apart there, and don't worry, leave the skin on these. It's a cooked salsa, and it's fine. You won't even notice it after it's been in. Start cutting them up in thin slices, and then basically just, with your paring knife, just cut them into manageable pieces like that. So there's the peaches cut up. Now you'll see why I only used 2 of these. It actually makes quite a bit. So unless you wanted to double up the recipe, and if you did want to do that, that's fine. You would use an entire container of those tomatoes then, and 2 limes with 4 peaches. I just like this amount. I'd rather make it fresh each time. Okay, so I got my little berry tomatoes washed here. Prep on these is pretty straightforward. Just cut them in half, turn them down, and 3 or 4 pieces like that. Okay? So tomatoes are done. So I'll pick those up, transfer those to the pot. Next step, the onion. Alright, so I've got my onion trimmed there. Now I don't need that much onion, so I split this in half. You saw what size I started with. I only need a couple of tablespoons, and I'm probably going to lose a bit with chopping. So I think I'll take about a third, okay, of one of these halves, and I'm going to mince this right down. Okay, I've given that a quick rough chop, but this is not quite small enough, so I'm going to keep going on that. Yeah, that's just about done. What you're going to do is you want to basically, I hope you can see that from here because the close-up never works on this camera. This is the 50th recipe, and who knows, the 50th video, and maybe I'll buy a new camera sometime next year that does better close-ups. What you want to do here is you basically want to mince this until you're getting juice, okay? I won't go so far as to say it's actually pureed, but it's getting really close to it. Alright, so all the prep is done on here. Now it's just for the seasonings. I don't actually measure, of course, because seasonings are to taste. I do give it a very good heavy salt with a shaker. It's about like that. And I'm going to put the lime juice directly into the pan. I like it pretty sour, so I put the entire lime. Again, this is to taste. Okay, and last but not least, the garlic chili oil. Now for this, I don't mind picking up a couple of fragments from the bottom. And about that much. And just drizzle that over the top. Give that a quick stir. And I'm going to set that over medium heat now. Alrighty, so this has been simmering for about 5 or 6 minutes here. Now I did give the inside of the pan a quick wipe, and I will show you what I've done. I got my paper towel here. It's looking a little burnt. What happened is I had this off the heat to the side, and the side of the pan started to burn a bit. So if that happens to you, you don't want to be stirring the burnt bits down into your mixture. Just get a wet paper towel and quickly wipe the side of the pot like that, and you'll notice it'll come right off, because if you let that get down into the mix, yes, it is going to affect the final flavor of your dish. So this is looking pretty good here right now. Alright, a couple of words on this. Fresh peaches are not going to be available for very long. So for the rest of the year, I think if you can make substitutions in this. I think it would be better to use what's available, either fresh mangoes or papayas or something like that, than use canned peaches. And also, this can be used hot or cold. Yesterday I tried this for something different, hot with some linguine, and it came out surprisingly good. Today I'm making a cold pasta salad with this. And here's the pasta salad. I used 6 cups of dry rotini, cooked al dente, mixed with 1 recipe of the salsa. You can just use this as a condiment on the side. Put it on some grilled meat. Basically, use your imagination. This will thicken up when it cools down. I don't put tapioca in here. You could do that if you really wanted to thicken it up for a nicer presentation as a condiment. If you were going to do that, I would take probably about a teaspoon of tapioca starch and about a half a cup of water. Dissolve that first before you put that in here, and just cook it to the desired consistency. But for me, it's just fine like this. So there you go, have it. Chili lime peach salsa. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again.